Imagine a universe where an ancient beast destined for destruction makes a life-changing choice. Can the fierce brutality of the Siran be overcome by the genuine kindness of a child? Stay till the end to discover the astonishing sacrifice and the birth of hope that will transform the galaxy forever. Would you compromise your values for the greater good? If you want to dive into real stories of parallel realities every day, in enigmatic, technological worlds that are completely different from our planet, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Well, let's go. The massive warship Siran, a colossal machine of glistening metal and advanced alien technology, drifted silently in the void of space. The Siran, a race infamous for their ruthless domination and waging wars across the galaxy, had made the Siran their fortress. The Siran's distinctive appearance, towering figures with cobalt blue skin, piercing yellow eyes, and flowing, jet-black hair, struck terror into the hearts of those who crossed their path. Their brutal efficiency in warfare was matched only by their fervor to leave a mark of fear wherever they went. Within the warship's cavernous hold, an ancient terror was stirring. Thorn, a creature of legend and nightmare, lay in slumber, awaiting its call to destruction. Thorn's appearance was that of an amalgamation of various monstrous traits, its serpentine body scarred from eons of battles, scales darker than the depths of space itself, and eyes that glowed with a sinister, otherworldly light. The Siran had long sought to harness Thorn's power, to use its legendary might as an ultimate weapon of fear and destruction. Yet, Thorn's somnolent form needed to be rekindled with a source of purity to awaken its full potential. The Siran's plan was simple and grotesque. They captured Lily, a young human girl with an aura of innocence that shone brightly even among the malevolence aboard the warship. Lily's presence was an anomaly on the Siran. Her light brown hair cascaded in soft waves to her shoulders, her green eyes wide with both curiosity and fear, and her disposition a stark contrast to the brutality around her. She was the epitome of purity, a sacrificial pawn in the Siran's grand design of cosmic terror. The atmosphere within the hold was tense as Siran warriors, armored in shimmering battle gear, escorted Lily towards Thorn's containment. The chamber that housed the beast was vast, shadowed, and resonated with an eerie stillness that belied the chaos it could unleash. As the cage door slid open with a grating metallic sound, the cold mechanical grip of the Siran guards tossed Lily unceremoniously into the darkness. Expectations were high for a horrific spectacle of instant carnage. The Siran warriors, cold and calculating, leaned forward with a predatory anticipation. Thorn's eyes snapped open, blazing with an ancient, malevolent hunger. The beast's massive form uncoiled, towering over Lily like a mountain ready to crush a flower. But then, something inexplicable happened. Thorn did not attack. Instead, the beast paused, its massive head tilting slightly as if puzzled by the frail, shivering form before it. The air was thick with a blend of Lily's palpable terror and Thorn's centuries-old malice. Yet, within that tenuous moment, a subtle recognition flickered in the creature's eyes. Thorn's predatory instincts warred with something deeper, something long dormant and almost forgotten. Lily, despite her fear, met Thorn's gaze with her own green eyes. Her small frame was racked with sobs, but she managed to stand her ground. Her lips trembled as she whispered soothing words, though they were unintelligible in the vastness of the hold. The Siran, their ruthless minds unprepared for such an outcome, watched in stunned silence as Thorn's monstrous form relaxed slightly. The Siran warlord overseeing the ritual, Wyker, a particularly fierce and imposing leader among them, recoiled in disbelief with his eyes widening in fury. Wyker's battle armor, adorned with trophies from countless defeated enemies, rattled with his every agitated movement. His voice, accustomed to issuing commands that drove legions into battle, now barked orders for another attempt to provoke the beast into action. But Thorn refused to obey, remaining transfixed by Lily's fragile presence. A day passed, then another, and Thorn continued to resist its primal urges. The Siran, pragmatic and devoid of understanding toward emotions like compassion or curiosity, were left baffled. They had anticipated that the creature would revel in the slaughter, but instead, a bond, tenuous, nascent, and incomprehensible, began to form between the ancient beast and the innocent girl. Thorn's behavior grew increasingly puzzling. The beast would encircle Lily protectively when Siran guards approached too closely. It would nudge her gently with its snout, leading her to rations left behind by wary guards. Lily, initially paralyzed by terror, started to see Thorn as something more than a monster. She spoke to it in a soft, calming voice, revealing her dreams, her fears, and her longing to return home. Thorn listened, responding with low, almost gentle growls that seemed to resonate with empathy, a concept alien to the Siran ethos. Despite the Siran's best efforts to exploit the bond between the two, their attempts only served to deepen the mutual connection. They tried to manipulate Lily into controlling Thorn through fear, to bend the creature's will to their relentless desire for power and domination. Yet, in the face of cruelty, Lily's compassion grew stronger, and Thorn's fierce protectiveness of the young girl became more evident. The Siran's malevolent designs met with frustration and anger as their perfect weapon turned into an enigma they could not decipher. Telling this profound initial chapter of Lily and Thorn's journey reveals the inherent struggle between brutal force and innocent kindness, a duality that held no clear resolution within the confines of the Siran. The beast, born and bred for carnage, found itself inexplicably thwarted by the gentle innocence of a child. As Lily and Thorn navigated this bizarre new dynamic amid the imposing, cold spaces of the Siran, the Siran grew increasingly desperate. Wyker paced the halls, his mind a storm of anger and confusion. The Siran's advanced control panels and strategic maps seemed to mock their failures as they watched the surveillance footage of Lily and Thorn, each day further confounding their expectations. The warship's metallic corridors echoed with the Siran's frustration, a relentless reminder of their inability to grasp the mystery unfolding before their eyes. The scene was set for a conflict neither side fully understood. The Siran's cold, calculated efficiency was at odds with the chaotic beauty of the bond developing between Lily and Thorn. The ancient warship, teeming with advanced weaponry and grim history, now harbored the burgeoning possibility of change, embodied by a fierce beast and a brave young girl. The universe felt the stirring, as if an ancient tale of destruction was being rewritten in the annals of fate. In the heart of the Siran, the silent, mechanical hum of the ship contrasted with the tumultuous emotions of its inhabitants. The warship, a fortress of interstellar might, had unwittingly become the birthplace of something far beyond the Siran's control or comprehension. The vast control chamber of the Siran echoed with the murmurs of the discontented Siran warlords. This immense, high-ceilinged room, built with sleek metallic walls that gleamed under intermittent blue light, showcased the raw power and sophisticated technology of the Siran Empire. Holographic projections of distant conquerable planets circled the central dais, where a large table accommodated the top tier of the Siran hierarchy. The confusion and rage among these typically composed warlords were palpable. Commander Kyrax, an imposing figure with sharp features and deep-set, slitted eyes, gazed at the projections with a clenched jaw. His armor, crafted from the finest alloys and adorned with emblems symbolizing countless victories, did little to hide his frustration. Thorn's unpredicted behavior threatened the balance of power Kyrax so meticulously maintained. "How is it possible?" he snarled, his voice reverberating through the chamber. The eyes of his fellow warlords locked onto him with expressions ranging from shared frustration to sheer incredulity. The creature was engineered for obedience and destruction, not hesitation. He turned sharply to face the council, blue veins pulsing against his ashen skin. "Thorn's deviation is unacceptable," growled General Varkas, a shorter but equally formidable warlord known for his tactical mind. His stern gaze captured the glow of the holograms, casting eerie shadows across his scarred face. "Our entire strategy rests on the premise of fear and dominance. This bond with the human child disrupts everything." In a darkened corner of the chamber, a console emitted a series of beeps followed by a flickering projection. The image of Thorn and Lily, together in the containment area, played repeatedly, highlighting their growing connection. The sight of Thorn, the behemoth with scales that shimmered in every shade of dark green and black, gently interacting with the fragile human girl, stirred an uncomfortable silence among the warlords. "Think of the potential," interjected Warlock Zarna, breaking the silence. Zarna, known for his inscrutable strategies, had an aura of cold calculation. His hollow eyes and elongated fingers hinted at his involvement in the genetic intricacies behind Thorn's creation. "We need to understand the bond's depth, manipulate it to our advantage." The warlords mulled over this suggestion. It was true. The unexpected bond presented an unprecedented scenario, but dismissing Thorn's inherent value without exploring possibilities would be a waste. Determined to regain control, the Siran devised a series of cruel experiments aimed at leveraging Lily's influence over Thorn. Each day, in the sterile labs bathed in harsh white lights, they pushed the boundaries of Thorn's psyche. Scientist Tarka, with his thin-framed and manicured appearance, administered the tests, his methodical demeanor masking sadistic fervor. Lily watched in horror as Thorn, restrained and anguished, growled under the Siran's manipulations. Electrodes attached to the beast's rugged hide electrified his body, every jolt intended to incite aggression, while the distant yet potent scent of Lily was used to influence the creature's responses. In moments of respite, Lily clung to Thorn's enormous claw, seeking solace in the gentle caresses bestowed by the beast. The once cold and dimly lit holding cell had become a sanctuary of sorts. Their silent communications, the unspoken trust between human and creature, grew stronger with each passing day. Outside the cell, discontent simmered through the ranks. Soldiers loyal to the Siran Empire murmured their dissatisfaction while new directives emerged from the highest echelons. Military efficiency grew compromised as doubts about Thorn's reliability spread. Even the omnipresent surveillance drones, buzzing quietly around the ship, failed to capture any hint of the depth of Thorn's connection with Lily. Internal conflict brewed within the Siran hierarchy. Some warlords saw the bond as an imminent threat to their carefully curated reign of terror and sought immediate elimination of both Thorn and Lily. Others, captivated by the potential insights, voted to continue the experiments. Meanwhile, Thorn's non-compliance began to influence adjacent sectors. Brutal policies were questioned, and cracks in the Empire's philosophical foundation surfaced. As days turned into weeks, Lily's resilience faltered under the emotional strain. Her innocence, once presumed shattered by the Siran, now showcased remarkable fortitude. Each encounter with the warlords brought forth her innate compassion, curbing Thorn's rage and inadvertently subverting the Siran's expectations. The beast's torment was matched by her internal battle, caught between freeing the creature she had come to love and enduring the ruthless supervision of the warlords. The Siran's deep-rooted ethos dictated dominance and fear as ultimate tenets, and Thorn's rebellion challenged this at a fundamental level. Ethical ramifications emerged when confronted by Lily's relentless empathy, the stark juxtaposition of the Siran's callous brutality and Lily's humane approach cast an unflattering light on the warlord's long-standing practices. For the first time, the Siran faced introspection from a profound source, the defiant connection between a seemingly insignificant girl and an ancient beast. In the majestic chambers of the Siran leaders, corridors filled with the distant echo of conflict. The warlords debated fervently, their discourse punctuated by holographic representations of potential operational recalibrations. The possibility of molding Thorn's bond into a strategic asset became overshadowed by the lingering fear it could incite civil unrest within their ranks. Elder Rostic, an ancient figure among the Siran, awoke from his meditative slumber. Rostic, with deep-set eyes and a face carved by age and wisdom, underscored the necessity to reassess their technological dependence on engineered terror. His resonant voice, though frail, carried immense authority. The bond between Thorn and Lily may signify more than an anomaly. It paves a potential crossroads for our civilization, he advised, his words cutting through the escalating fury of his peers. Despite internal debates, the warlords persisted with their distressing trials. Each new experiment prodded the psychological limits of both creature and child, pushing them closer to an intrepid revelation. In the core of the Siran, unbeknownst to most, an encrypted transmission was recorded. A desperate message from Lily, detailing the atrocities she witnessed and her profound connection with Thorn, bound for the unknown reaches of space, seeking any beacon of hope outside the Siran's grasp. The growing turmoil amongst the warlords led them to rekindle their aggression tactics. They intensified conditioning sessions intending to break the resilient spirit the bond had fostered. Each confrontation with weapons in hand became a test of loyalty, pushing Thorn to his physical and mental edges. The ship's atmosphere grew taut with the unspoken question: how much longer could they sustain this precarious dance of manipulation and resistance? The complexity of Thorn's responses, currently unpredictable yet revealing a profound depth of loyalty towards Lily, defied their empirical expectations. Against the grim backdrop of the Siran warship Siran, Lily knew that time was of the essence. Her dark eyes scanned the intricate metal walls and found a mix of cold pragmatism and sophisticated technology. The air was thick with the oppressive scent of machinery and an ever-present metallic tang. The Siran warlords, with their calculating minds and cruel designs, had underestimated the resilience of human spirit and the unexpected allyship of their own creation, Thorn. Thorn's massive figure, usually a harbinger of destruction, had become a shield for Lily. The creature's dark hide was marred with scars of countless battles, yet there was an undeniable gentleness in the way it ushered Lily ahead of itself, carefully navigating the narrow, labyrinthine corridors of the warship. The click and whir of machinery melded with the distant echoes of Siran communication, a stark reminder of the imminent danger. Every step Lily took echoed her resolve. The corridors seemed endless, each turn a calculated risk fraught with the potential for deadly encounters. Emergency lights bathed the hallways in a foreboding red glow, casting elongated shadows that danced eerily around Thorn and Lily. This was not just an escape, it was a journey through the beating heart of the beast's lair, a test of courage and wit. Their breakout began during one of the rare General Warlords meetings, a gathering inside the Grand Chamber where Siran strategy was discussed with clinical detachment. Exploiting this rare distraction, Lily and Thorn slipped from their holding cell and entered the ship's underbelly. Here, maintenance pathways crisscrossed vital systems, often overlooked by the more battle-focused Siran. The air hummed with power, the sensation of vibrating metal underfoot as the vessel coursed through the cosmos. Thorn, with its towering height and considerable bulk, found maneuvering these pathways particularly challenging. Yet, its determination to protect Lily bore the brunt of any awkwardness. They encountered a few wandering guards, lean, imposing figures equipped with energy rifles and clad in sleek armor. In each scuffle, Thorn's sheer strength and instincts prevailed, its dark claws rending metal and flesh alike, clearing a path for Lily. The beast's roar echoed through the metallic halls, both a warning and a testament to its protection. As they neared the docking bay, The locale shifted from narrow corridors to an expansive chamber bustling with activity. Automated cranes moved heavy crates, and mechanical lifeforms scurried about, their singular purposes momentarily diverted by the sight of an ancient monster and a small human girl. Lily's heart raced. She knew the hardest part was yet to come, the capsule. A relic of past human engineering, the escape capsule was sleek and compact, designed for rapid evacuation but built to accommodate only human-sized occupants. Lily's throat tightened at the sight. She approached the capsule, her mind a tumult of thoughts and emotions. Thorn, perceptive as ever, understood the gravity of the moment. Its glowing eyes softened, and it nudged Lily forward with a tenderness that belied its monstrous form. The decision had already been made in the creature's mind. Thorn would stay behind, ensuring her departure, her safety, her chance to tell the universe their story. Time was excruciatingly short. Alarms blared as the Siran became aware of their break for freedom. The corridors filled with the echoing thuds of approaching soldiers. Lily's fingers trembled as she activated the capsule's entry sequence. The hiss of the door opening was drowned out by the rising clamor. She turned to Thorn, the tear-streaked face of a girl who had seen too much horror too soon. The creature lowered its head, eyes locking with hers in an unspoken promise. Survive, endure, remember. As the capsule door closed behind her, the metallic clang resonated like a finality. Through the small viewport, she watched Thorn turn to face the oncoming horde. The Siran soldiers, sleek and formidable, advanced in disciplined ranks, their weapons gleaming under the docking bay lights. A stream of plasma rounds and energy bolts exploded around Thorn, but the beast was unfazed. With a titanic roar, it charged, becoming a whirlwind of claw and muscle, a dark specter in the chaos of fire and smoke. Inside the capsule, Lily felt the engines hum to life. Tears blurred her vision but were quickly wiped away as she focused on the escape console. Her hands flew over the controls with unerring precision. She had learned much during her captivity. The capsule shuddered as it initiated the launch sequence, moments ticking away like a countdown to destiny. As the vessel lifted, a surge of acceleration pressed Lily into her seat. The viewport's last image was that of Thorn, a defiant juggernaut standing amidst the wreckage of Siran might, an embodiment of sacrifice. Lily's heart ached, each pulse a reminder of the bond forged in the crucible of captivity and conflict. The capsule breached the docking bay's magnetic shield, rocketing into the void. Stars blurred past as it gained speed, the yawning darkness of space a stark contrast to the chaos left behind. With each passing moment, the ship that held both horrors and a sanctuary receded into the vast expanse. Lily's thoughts raced with fleeting memories, from the terror of her capture to the profound connection she had found with Thorn. Free from immediate danger, she reviewed the capsule's automated systems. A communication relay blinked to life, small, yet powerful enough to send a distress signal across light years. Her fingers trembled less this time as she initiated the signal. Somewhere, some force of goodwill or allied fleet might intercept it. Hope, a feeling she had nearly forgotten, sparked anew. In that silent solitude, she leaned back, the gentle hum of the life support systems the only sound. There, suspended between stars, she whispered a silent vow. Thorn's sacrifice would not be in vain. She would tell their story, a tale of bravery and unlikely alliances, of hearts uniting against the darkness. The journey through the stars was both endless and instantaneous. Time became a paradox, a continuum she was both part of and apart from. The capsule's internal chronometer indicated the passage of hours, perhaps days, but the cosmic expanse outside offered no reassurance. The capsule's small viewport framed distant galaxies and nebulae, star systems far removed from the Siran's reign of terror. a visual reminder of the infinite stretches of space that harbored both danger and salvation. As Lily drifted into a fitful sleep, the capsule continued to speed through the void, its trajectory weaving through the tapestry of stars. Her dreams were haunted by Thorn's defiant stance, the glow of its eyes, and the roar that echoed a promise of protection and sacrifice. These images intermingled with fleeting glimpses of her life on Earth, a contrast between the simplicity of home and the complexity of her current reality. In the cavernous mega-structure of the Siran warship, Thorn's decision to stay reverberated through the corridors, an unspoken acknowledgement of the stark reality facing him and Lily. The atmosphere thrummed with a palpable tension, each echoing footstep of the approaching Siran guards reminding Thorn of the limited time they had. Bright, artificial lights flickered, casting sharp shadows that danced across the maze of steel panels, reflecting the grim culmination of their journey through the vessel's labyrinthine hallways. As Lily reluctantly stepped into the escape capsule, the reality of their separation began to settle in. The capsule's interior was cramped, filled with minimalistic technology designed strictly for human operation. The cold metal interior was a stark contrast to the warmth of her connection with Thorn. Her hands trembled as she began the initiation sequence, each command entered marking a further step away from her improbable yet profound friendship with the ancient creature. The capsule's hatch sealed with a resounding clank, isolating Lily from the chaotic fight that was about to unfold outside. Through the small viewport, she glimpsed Thorn's towering form, now hunched but resolute. His massive frame, clad in natural armor like scales, bore the marks of countless battles, each scar a testament to his enduring strength and resilience. Despite his fearsome appearance, his eyes, piercing and luminescent, held a deep, sorrowful resolve as they locked onto Lily's. Outside the capsule, the first wave of Siran soldiers emerged from the shadows. They were an imposing sight, clad in dark, high-tech combat suits that enhanced their already formidable physiology. Their eyes glowed with a cold, almost mechanical, precision, betraying their determination to eradicate any threats to their dominion. Thorn's roar echoed, a guttural cry of defiance and wrath that sent a shiver through the cold expanse of the docking bay. Without hesitation, he charged toward the soldiers, his massive claws a whirlwind of destruction. The Siran had never anticipated such ferocity from Thorn. Accustomed to manipulating him as a mere weapon, they were unprepared for a battle against a creature driven by emotion and loyalty. Thorn fought like a beast possessed, drawing on every ounce of his primal strength. His movements were a blur of power and speed, each strike calculated and devastating. The metallic tang of blood and the acrid smell of burning machinery filled the air, mingling with the sporadic explosions from ruptured power conduits. Despite Thorn's formidable defense, the sheer number of Siran soldiers began to take its toll. Advanced energy weapons fired relentlessly, each blast searing the air and impacting against Thorn's scales. He growled in pain but never faltered, his focus unwavering on keeping the soldiers at bay. The Siran were relentless, their tactical coordination honed from countless battles, each maneuver designed to exploit Thorn's vulnerabilities. A particularly fierce explosion rocked the docking bay, causing the structure to groan under the strain. Debris rained down, adding to the chaos. Lily, inside the capsule, watched helplessly, her heart aching with every new wound that Thorn suffered. The capsule shuddered as the launch sequence neared completion, a harsh beep signaling the imminent departure. Tears streamed down her cheeks, her whispered words of gratitude and sorrow lost in the mechanical hum of the capsule's systems. Thorn's strength began to wane as he absorbed more and more damage. But even as his body weakened, his resolve only hardened. He knew that his sacrifice was the only way to ensure Lily's escape. With a final, thunderous roar, he charged once more into the midst of the Siran, his enormous frame a destructive force of nature. Each blow he delivered was imbued with a sense of finality, a last stand against the relentless onslaught. The capsule's engines roared to life, and Lily felt the surge of acceleration as it was launched into the void of space. Her final view of Thorn was through the portal, obscured by the haze of smoke and the chaotic flashes of energy weapons. Tears blurred her vision, but she held onto the image of Thorn's defiant form, standing tall against the overwhelming odds. She vowed to remember his bravery, his unwavering loyalty, and the sacrifice he had made for her freedom. The void of space swallowed the capsule, its sleek form slicing through the darkness towards Earth. Inside, Lily clutched the small pendant Thorn had fashioned for her from a shard of his armor, a keepsake imbued with the essence of their bond. She closed her eyes, her thoughts a whirlwind of grief, gratitude, and determination. She knew that her journey was far from over. Thorn's sacrifice would not be in vain. Back on the Siran, the Siran soldiers surrounded Thorn's fallen figure. Though defeated, he had bought enough time for Lily's escape. His massive form lay still, battered and broken, yet his eyes remained open, their luminous glow dimming but still fierce with defiance. The Siran commander approached, a sense of unease flickering in his gaze as he regarded the ancient beast, now a testament to a profound and unexpected nobility. As the Siran debated their next course of action, whispers of dissent began to spread through their ranks. Thorn's actions had sparked a seed of doubt, a questioning of their role as mere instruments of conquest and destruction. The image of the beast who fought not for orders but for a bond, for something greater than himself, lingered in their minds. Meanwhile, Lily's capsule continued its automated journey back to Earth. Peering through the viewport, she saw the stars streak past, each one a distant beacon of hope amidst the dark void. She knew that her survival depended on more than just escaping the Siran. She had to share Thorn's legacy, his story of sacrifice and unexpected redemption. It was a tale that could inspire change, an awakening of compassion in a galaxy marred by fear and violence. The capsule's internal systems hummed with reassuring precision as it calculated the trajectory, ensuring a safe landing. Lily's thoughts remained fixed on Thorn, on the enormity of what he had done. Her grief was profound, a heavy weight in her chest, but within it also lay a spark of hope. Thorn's final act had gifted her a chance to rewrite the narrative, to challenge the cycle of hatred and fear that had dominated for so long. As Earth loomed closer, a swirl of blue and green amidst the darkness, Lily steeled herself for the mission ahead. Thorn's sacrifice had set the stage for a new beginning, a potential shift in the balance of power. But the journey would be long and fraught with challenges. The Siran would not forget, nor forgive easily. She had to be prepared to face them again, to stand against the forces that sought to crush the burgeoning hope that Thorn's actions had ignited. With a shudder, the capsule entered the atmosphere, its heat shields glowing as they absorbed the immense friction. As the capsule carrying Lily hurtled towards Earth through the cold, empty expanse of space, the echoes of Thorn's last stand reverberated in her mind. The monstrous Siran had underestimated the power of a bond born from an unusual friendship, a connection that now spanned light years. Back on Earth, the recounting of her tale began almost immediately, igniting passions and debates across interstellar channels and reaching every corner of human settlement. In what had become known as the era of the Great Interstice, humanity was still finding its place among the stars. They were a young member of the galactic community, often overshadowed by older, more advanced civilizations. But the story of Lily and Thorn transcended human limitations and touched the hearts of various species. Lily's journey and Thorn's sacrifice quickly became a symbol, a tale retold in various narratives across the galaxy. The story was not just about survival but about the resilience of the spirit and the possibility of change. Humanity watched in awe as the return capsule entered Earth's atmosphere, blazing like a fiery comet, and landed in an ocean, where rescue teams eagerly awaited. Lily emerged from the capsule, a once frail and frightened girl, now almost alien in her determination and strength. Her eyes held a fire that refused to be quenched, a reflection of Thorne's battle-hardened gaze. Scientists examined her, mentally and physically, eager to understand every aspect of her ordeal. And while they sought the tangible scars of her experience, Lily bore an intangible mark that would set the tone for future generations. Lily's tale, framed through the lens of her trauma and triumph, was shared in academic forums, broadcasted on interstellar networks, and dissected in political circles. It was more than a story, it was a catalyst for change. The League of Planetary Systems, a coalition of various alien species, invited Lily to speak at their next summit. Here, Lily stood tall before beings of unimaginable forms and cultures, retelling her story with unwavering conviction. Her speech resonated deeply, stirring emotions and prompting discussions on the inherent value of compassion and understanding. In the following years, the narrative of Lily and Thorne catalyzed a profound transformation. Both humanity and the Siran, previously known for their ruthlessness, began to reevaluate their place in the cosmos. A growing number of Siran dissidents took up the cause, advocating for peace and unity, distancing themselves from their warlord leaders who had sought dominance through fear. In the academic halls of Earth, curricula changed to incorporate lessons from Lily's experience. Theoretical physicists debated the significance of sentient bonds crossing species boundaries, while sociologists and philosophers pondered the moral implications. Books, films, and art pieces emerged, each interpreting the tale in unique ways, embedding Thorne's legacy into the cultural fabric. Years melded into decades, and Lily matured into a wise diplomat, revered for her tireless work in the name of intergalactic harmony. Wearing a medallion shaped like a blossoming thorn in honor of her savior, she often recited the tale to young diplomats and children alike, ensuring that the echoes of Thorne's heroism would never fade. As part of her efforts, she initiated the Gathering of Unity, an annual event that fostered dialogue among different species, transcending old grievances and aspiring towards collective progress. The impact of Lily's storytelling reached a poignant climax when the Siran, now divided between the Old Guard and the Reformists, approached the League of Planetary Systems seeking conciliation. The Reformist leader, a younger Siran named Exeter, related how the story of Thorne had altered his worldview as a child. For him, Thorne's final act of selflessness was a beacon, guiding his people out of the shadows of their bloody legacy into a new era of peace. A historical summit was organized on the Moon of Tranquility, a neutral site chosen for its pristine landscapes and symbolic representation of hope. Among the attendees were representatives from countless species, each bearing testimony to the transformative power of Lily's story. As the summit progressed, there was an air of tentative optimism, broken only by moments of genuine agreements and a shared vision for the future. Lily's speech on the first night of the summit was a cornerstone of this new epic. She spoke of Thorne not as a weapon engineered for destruction, but as a soul capable of love and sacrifice. Her words were charged with emotion, driving the point home that redemption was not just an abstract concept but a tangible reality. Time, the eternal weaver, gradually saw these seeds of hope sprout across galaxies. Cultural exchanges flourished, and scientific collaborations reached unparalleled heights. Former rivalries morphed into partnerships, and even the Siran warlords who rejected change found themselves marginalized and isolated. Years later, during an interstellar mission to a remote corner of the galaxy, a discovery was made that sent waves of astonishment through the scientific community. Researchers found remnants of what appeared to be an advanced civilization's sentinel, seemingly linked to Thorne's kind. Analyses revealed ancient scripts suggesting that Thorn's species once served as guardians against cosmic threats before being repurposed by the Siran. Understanding this, the intergalactic community felt a renewed sense of responsibility to honor Thorn's true essence. As humanity and other species continued exploring the universe, it was common for starships to feature an insignia of a thorn intertwined with a budding flower, a tribute to the story that had bridged worlds. Lily, now in her later years, served as an advisor to emerging diplomats, often recounting the touch of Thorn's massive yet gentle claw, reminding them that empathy and bravery could reshape destiny. The message that even the darkest soul could find redemption through love had taken deep root. And so, through the unlikeliest of friendships and the most extraordinary acts of selflessness, a new chapter for the galaxy was written, one where compassion and understanding served as its guiding stars. Through the unlikeliest of friendships, even the mightiest beasts can find redemption, and compassion can reshape the destiny of planets. In a universe divided by fear and power, the story of Lily and Thorn stands as a testament to the enduring strength of love and the profound impact one small act of kindness can ripple through the cosmos. Stay until the end to uncover how this unassuming tale of friendship revolutionized a galaxy, offering a beacon of hope for future generations. If you liked this story based on real events, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like it. Here you can dive into a different reality every day, where anything can happen. Comment below what kind of story you would like to hear here. Thank you very much for your attention. We are the Sci-Fi family.